Technology incompetent. On.
Uh, it's okay if I record this, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Beautiful. All right, yeah. Let's jump in. Let's just start with your name and then how you got into snowboarding.
So I'm Jack. I got into snowboarding at the age of, I think it was about 5 or 6, something like that, watching, I want to say it was Vancouver Olympics. And I was watching Shaun White out there absolutely shredding through the pipe. And I looked over at my dad and went, I want to learn how to do that. So I think it was like a week or two later, we ended up at Snowtrails. I got my first lesson there, and that was it. The addiction was the addiction was started.
Oh yeah, awesome. So it was that Sean. What was it? You said it was him in a half pipe.
Yep,
Okay. All right. So it was that park kind of mentality that kind of got you roped in
a
there.
little bit. It was at the time. It was one of those for me. I was like, I was looking at it, I was like, dang, that's that's cool shit. Like that just free flowing out of the pipe, just that bit of like free fall, kind of do what you want and make it look super cool. Kind of drug me in, and I guess the I guess also the creativity part kind of drug me in as well. And then when I got out there, I just kept remembering that run in my head uh, pretty much the whole time. And sadly, there's not enough pipes, but I did do the trick.
Yeah, we don't have too many in Ohio, but you know,
No,
it's all right.
not many this not many this side of the Mississippi.
Yeah. No, I definitely know what you mean by that. Sean White does have that style that just not that many have. I think Chloe Kim, she has. She's really good. I don't know
He's a
from
gangster too.
obviously I ski,
Um,
so I don't know, but I think she does
and
really well.
then and then you get into people that are like the Torstein Horgmos. These are the people that when I was really getting into snowboarding and watching a bunch of professional snowboarding, because I've kind of gotten out of it now, just because everything seems like spin to win.
Yeah,
They kind of lost touch with that. Okay, make this look super cool. Like, oh, cool, you did a 1600. I couldn't count that. I want to see a super nasty back three method. Like, give me something cool here. But people like Torstein Horgmo and Haldor Hagelson, those boys, they got me way further into the park scene, and just seeing how they ride really kind of drug me in even harder into it.
cool, man, awesome. Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on the spin to win. How it kind of just I don't like it either. It just seems like it's, but it does seem like that's where it's going.
Yeah, and
Or
the ski side's even
same
worse.
way.
I think they're up to like 21 or something like that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I can't count them.
Yeah,
Just
I see somebody flip and spin in air, and it's like, cool.
I mean,
I can't do that.
it's definitely
Whatever.
impressive, but when
Oh
it's
yeah,
the same thing over and over again, every run is just spin. You know.
yeah.
All right,
It gets a
let's keep here.
little mundane.
Yeah, to say the least. To say the least. Okay, cool. So started watching Shaun White in the Olympics. Wanted to go do that. Um, I know you. I know I've met the guy. You said and Sam, was it Sam that taught his daughter that did your
Yeah.
first lesson? Okay,
Yep.
yeah. All right. So came to Snowtrails, and then you said you did eventually do that trick that Sean did in the Olympics.
No, I
Oh,
mostly just because there's no pipes.
no.
I
Okay.
have, I think I've got probably maybe 5, 6 days in a pipe in my two. Trying to do math right now. I think 18, 19 years of riding, something like that.
I think it sounds like we need to do a trip to Killington or Copper.
Oh,
That's what
dude.
it's sounding like here.
The only issue with Copper is, dude, if I get out to Copper, I'm going right up to the back bowls.
That's all right. Yeah, we can do Big Mountain, then we can end the day. Well, I don't want to end the day on a pipe.
No, I think the day on the pipe is not a wise call.
Not good, but
No,
we'll figure it
it's a
out.
legwork thing. Yeah, we'll get it going.
Okay. Cool. And then I'm curious what's kept you in the industry. So you've been riding for 18, 19 years. Um, that's almost as long as I've been alive. Like, how, why are you still here? I guess. What kept you?
So I initially got into it like most people did for the pass, and then I just met the community, and everybody kind of welcomed me with open arms, and I got out there on that first lesson and went, yeah, these people don't really know me. I can be an absolute goober and just have fun the whole time, and nobody's going to judge me.
Yeah.
And that that's kind of that was kind of the other half of the other equation of the drug that just got me hooked. That is the snow sports industry.
Yeah. No, it's
And
definitely contagious.
oh, that's for sure. And yeah, I just kind of became a pig and shit about it. And yeah, it's
So
one thing.
I guess if you have, great. If you haven't, let's dive into it. What about it? What about teaching someone and instructing? What
Uh,
what does that do? What emotion does it give you to keep you here?
so the big one for me is kind of that essentially be that dopamine rush when they have that light bulb moment and something really clicks and they just and the stoke starts building and building and building and building and then it just explodes and everybody's having a great time. You're hooting and hollering, and it's just it's one of the most fun things you do, in my opinion. And I don't know, yeah, it's a fun one. That and I I guess the other I guess equation to that is in that first season that I worked there, I noticed just repeating all those basic drills really helped my own writing in a way that my stubborn self never really saw. And then I was like, oh wait, this really does work. And then I started getting more advanced lessons and doing more of that stuff. And I'm like, I kind of realized not that quickly. And then someone this year was like, dude, how are you that good of a writer? I'm like, I'm not that good. What are you talking about? And I hadn't seen myself recorded in years. And then I watched myself record and was like, oh, and kind of doing that movement analysis that all of us do throughout my writing. I was like, oh, I see where that skill was honed in doing this exercise or that, and just kind of drawing in all those parallels kind of blew my mind a little bit. And I, it's a little bit of a selfish reason there, but that self improvement the whole time too
I think there's a
was another
selfish
big.
reason in all of us for doing it.
I mean, but it's mostly just that dopamine rush of a kid coming in. I've there's a example of one lesson that I taught this year. The kid came in, he really wanted to learn how to do 180. So I went, all right, dude, see some of your switch, and I went through the typical lesson procedure, and he was really having a hard time getting the pop and the spin down, right? So I was on, all right, we're gonna forget about the pop. We're gonna do link toe turns because the switch riding was actually pretty freaking solid. It's like we're gonna do some link toe turns and just butter our board on the ground. get him used to that rotation and that essentially I'm taking the pop out of the 180, but we're keeping her flowing, keeping her moving. And he figured that out, and he was super stoked that he had just learned how to do a link toe turn. I was like, all right, bud, now let's do our turns, and when we come to our finish, we're gonna pop an ollie. So we did that, and I went, okay, let's try these 180s. So we were popping link toe turns the whole way down the hill, and he was ecstatic. Like next week, he came back and said, I want to do threes, and I went, oh lordy, let's see those 180s again. He'd practiced them, and they were still a bit rough, but
Yeah.
that was it's that kind of feeling that you can't describe, but at least I can't find the words to properly give it justice that it deserves.
Oh, the feeling. No, no. I'm yet to find words to describe that feeling, but um, I know what you mean with that when someone's, especially when they're struggling with it. As much as I love the easy lessons where they pick it up right off the bat, but
Mm-hmm.
when someone's really struggling with it for weeks or even years, and then for some reason you can communicate it to them in a way that
Yeah,
makes
you
sense,
make that
it,
click.
yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's so rewarding.
I mean, like you with my skiing. Throw over
Yeah,
the same right your way.
that was a pretty good feeling, especially since I mean, like it's great when it's a stranger, but like when it's you, and
Yeah,
I'm crashing
when
at your
you do
house
this
every
stuff.
night, 6 days a week. It's like, all right, that was pretty cool.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
no, that's
I
definitely.
and I still have that feeling with my staff too, like bringing them in and training them up to teach, and they'll come up to me and be like, "Hey, man, I really want to learn this trick, or I really want to learn how to do that, or I really want to learn how to teach this." And we'll go out, and they'll be struggling on it for years, like especially the trick. And we'll get out there, and I'll break it down for them. We'll obviously give it a shot so that we can see what's going on. Then we'll break it down. And I'll go, here it is. Try it. I'm going to say 50-50 on it if it works. But then that's where you have to problem solve. And I guess that's another reason why I love it too. Problem solve.
Yeah, the problem solving is definitely a factor of it. I would agree with that. Totally.
Just, just enough to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, because I mean, I know it's like a common saying, but no one ever teaches the same lesson twice. You know,
Yeah, you never do.
it's true, and it's definitely a good part of what makes it fun. Not know what you're getting into.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
You always have that little bit of a wild card coming into any lesson.
yeah. It's always fun getting called down and like, what's Randy or Jack got for me this time?
Oh lordy, what's gonna happen now?
Uh, yeah. No, I know I'm going to get punished for taking that one extra lap after they called me, but oh well.
It'll buff.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
No, that's kind of the other fun part is when you decide to go take that extra lap is whether it's ski or a snowboarder, because I don't care. It's essentially that stall time that I've got to do sometimes for you guys. You start off on some random conversation with a stranger you've never met, and majority of the time it's holy crap, they're gonna have a blast on this lesson. This person's kind of crazy. Let's party, and it it's just it's a lot of fun meeting all these people and just having all these wild and wacky conversations all the time. And
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
no, for sure. Um, yeah. Uh, you mentioned something earlier that I wanted to go back and touch on. You said that part of the reason you stayed was it's a way to like express yourself in that free form. Go. I want to hear more on that. Go more into that because I relate to that, but I would just want to hear what your words are on it.
So freestyle is one thing, but freestyle you kind of it's kind of a almost a one lane road with it. Like you've got all right, we've got this one rail, do something cool. We've got this next rail, do something cool. Oh, you got to jump, do something cool. And that's why in my own personal writing, I've kind of yes, I still ride the park a lot. I mean, I've snowboard in Ohio, not a whole lot of not a whole lot of free riding, which is where I was going with it. Um, but when you can roll up to a hill, a ski area anywhere, and look at everything and go, I can ride all of that. I can do cool stuff off all that is where it becomes a lot of fun. Also,
Yeah.
the creativity and self expression is just what you decide to hit. Like you might see a little cave in the middle of the run. Did I see a jump that I can throw a five off of? And it's that kind of creativity that kind of makes it a lot of fun. Or for instance, you're riding in the trees, down log. You'd see that as an obstacle. I'd go, I could probably jump over that. Can I 50-50 that? Oh, this is not a good idea. Let's go. This sounds like fun. And just ripping it in different ways that people really haven't seen. And uh, you've seen me ride enough. I like to think that I don't really ride like anybody else out there.
Uh,
Just popping up pretty randomly in the middle of the run.
no. I mean, your carving is similar to Quinn's, but the overall style it's different.
Hmm. And that's kind of why I was touching earlier on like Shaun White, Torstein, and Haldor, because those guys they all grew up riding with very, very, very different backgrounds. Well, Torstein and Haldor probably not that much, but Sean being the outlier there. But when you watch those guys ride, you can see that they're oozing with the style and just trying to make. So I tried to follow their style for a while. That never works. You have you have to make your own style, and you got to make your own stuff look cool.
Yeah, I like that. I really like the way you put that. Say that. Say that again.
Uh, you really can't follow or mimic anybody's style. You just got to go out there, make your own stuff look cool.
I love that. I do. I mean, and it's
That
true.
might be my good month.
But it's true though. Like
Yeah,
you're never going to be as good at someone else's style as they are. So you might as well just be.
exactly. Might
That's,
as well just say screw it and do your own thing and look cool and have fun doing it.
yeah. And eventually, I mean, I'm sure you already have been. Like, to some kid that's riding the chairlift up, and you're riding down past them. I'm sure they're like, dude, I want to be able to do that.
There's there's a couple times that I've seen a good bit of rubbernecking off the chairlift. Then one of my students, I think it was this year or last year, I don't remember. She came up to me during a lesson call and went, "Hey, I saw what you did over there at the top of comp. Can you teach me how to do that?" And it was just a real gnarly toe side turn, pop up, link toe from there. She went, "Hey, that was really cool. Can you teach me how to do that?" I was like, "Yeah, let's, dude, let's go party." And we had a blast. She got really close to it. Like that close. But it was just one of those. She needed a bunch of practice, and but yeah, I've gotten that a couple times now.
I'm yet to get that from someone coming back in and asking for a lesson on that, but I've definitely gotten the chairlift stare. You know,
Oh yeah,
it's always fun.
not just for me, right?
No, 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 no. No, as much as you catch me falling in icy bumps, no, not just from you.
You're never gonna live that one down.
Oh,
Wait, which time falling in icing bumps?
yeah, all right, here we go.
Saw another two this year.
Yeah, the two that you saw.
I'm, well, I'm surprised you didn't see me falling on them.
Well, it starts out as like someone's like, "Oh, those bumps are awful today." I'm like, "Okay, let's see."
Yeah, it's no, I've done that a couple times.
Yeah,
And I got in there, and it was hard as bullet. It was boilerplate ice, and I went, oh, because 9 times out of 10, I was on a park board with detuned edges.
yeah, but those, well, I don't know about park. Uh, you know, that might be a little tricky without some edges, but
Ooh, yeah.
icy bumps they
Not,
can be fun.
oh,
I have
100%.
grown to like them.
If there's a little bit of traction that you can get, perfect. If it's just hard as a rock, you can do it. Just don't die.
Yeah, not dying. That's the important part. Um, but to check my timer here. All right, we got a little bit of time left. Um, I guess just to sum it up in I don't know a couple words, like 3 4 words. What would the words be that kept you? Community, the free expression. What would you? I guess what would you put in there?
Um, Trying to think of a clean way to say this.
To my knowledge, it doesn't have to be clean.
Too much fucking fun.
Okay,
There could be some censorship there, but it's just too damn fun.
it is. Yeah.
All all aspects of it, all parts of it. Even on those days that it's dumping down rain, that's where you kind of fall back on the community and just yeah.
Oh, that support of like other instructors there. I mean, when you look
Hmm.
out that window and beginner is empty, Mansfield's empty, it's like, dude, this sucks. Then you get a
Hmm.
euchre game going in the office, and it's like, oh, this is awesome. Love this.
You're over there hanging out with all the homies, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or or on those real late season days where the whole resort looks like a ghost town and somebody gets the wild hair up their butt and goes, "Hey, let's go ride." And then God only knows what sort of shenanigans happen after that. 'Cause I don't know if you've seen us snowboard instructors ride in late season.
Yeah. It gets
And
a little hairy
it gets a
there.
little rambunctious.
Side hits off. It's when it gets slushy and they haven't taken jump line down yet, and you start getting those side hits off that. You can launch off that thing, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
One of these years I'm gonna be throwing a Miller flip off of that. I
Get
just
someone to
gotta
take video of that if I'm not there for it.
no, I think I already have thrown a Miller flip off of that. I just didn't come in hauling balls. I know that I five, but eh. Just and that harkens back to the side hit and the style. It's just okay, yeah, it's just a little bump or a little side hit.
Yeah.
For some gnarly shit off of it. Have fun, you know?
Oh yeah.
Break everybody's neck on the chairlift. I mean, that's how you know you did a good job.
It
When you
is.
stop and look back at everybody doing one of these, you know you did good.
and not being a park guy, but uh, seeing like a beautiful groomer that you can just, it's just that right pitch.
Hmm.
I can get my ass 6 inches above the snow here. Yeah.
Dude, I was riding my Alpine board the last time I was on it, where I felt the snow on my ass couple turns.
Oh, I believe it.
And Carrie, I think Carrie was out riding with me or in rotation somewhere, and she was like, "Damn, dude, what? You were ripping that." I was like, "Was I?" And then the next run, I actually noticed it. And I'm like, "Oh, this is nasty." No, that's definitely what I want to get better at, though.
What, carving?
Yeah, like Alpine carving. I want to be able to pop a back three off the nose, and right away normal. Just do some wild stuff,
That'd be pretty sick.
just to get real nasty.
That'd be a good thing to bust out on Carnival. If the snow is like it was this year, which I know it never is, but you know, if it was next year, or is next year, oh my gosh.
Yeah, if it's like a hero snow day, ooh, I'm staying away from the parks that day because there's gonna be too many freaking people over there, and I will make my own pump course on Maine.
I'd like to get a wiggle course going. That'd be
I'm
awesome.
down. I actually built one year. My buddy Owen and I were out riding, and we just kept hitting the same turns over and over. And by the end of the day, I was watching bus kids jump off of the berms that we had made. I was like, "Wow, we were ripping that a little hard." That is what it is.
I want them.
And kudos
Oh,
to the bus kid for finding a fun little side hit. You're welcome.
that one down by you're on comp, and then you cut all the way skier right, and you drop into that bunch of trees, and you pop out on Silver Bullet.
That
Right,
one's
that
sketchy.
real slim
Yeah,
part
the little shoot.
right next to tubing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that. I love it.
that one's sketchy. If you stay real close to the tubing fence and cut right up underneath that lift tower that's right there, like pretty much right in the landing zone, the one you're talking about.
Okay.
But if you cut that real close to the tower, you can launch off of that one.
I'm always scared because that part gets like rollers on it from everyone just
No,
breaking.
that's a part of it.
Ooh, I don't know. That'd have to be a good snow day to do that. Put my
It's
ass in it.
called sketchy side hit. It's called sketchy side hits for a reason. Let's say the park jumping in the park.
Yeah, I'll be there 7 days a week this year. I'll find a way to find it.
Exactly.
So
Or I'll just be like, "Hey Christian, no balls." Give me
that'll get
pump.
me pretty quick.
Oh yeah, that might actually get real ugly.
That or up to, well, I can't say that. So, so
Hey dude, you're a girl shenanigans.
well, we'll keep that part out of it.
Yeah, keeping her clean all the time.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm getting
Cool.
a 10-minute warning here that we're almost done. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to add on like?
On why this is the best industry in the world?
Oh, I could go on for
Um,
years on that.
yeah, I don't think the 10-minute warning will suffice for that. Um, really, just the big thing is being able to walk up to a hill like I said prior, but being able to look at it as a total blank canvas for whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I'll bring a park board. I'll bring a typically I'll always have like a park board and a free ride board with me. And if the snow's not the greatest, go over to the park and play around. Or I'll just stay on the park board and hit some really dumb stuff. Hop on the free ride board for knee draggage and gnarly insane stuff. Or yeah, it's one of those you just kind of figure out what the vibe is and you just roll with it. Not to sound so Gen Z, you know.
Well, I mean, it's true. Like it is. It is.
Yeah. And I mean, the main goal at the end of the day is just having fun.
Yeah. Uh, got a couple people that get hung up on that. But
Yeah.
that is the entire point of the sport is to get out there and have fun.
That's that's the big thing when I'm training people is all right guys, we're here to have fun. Let's go party. And then we go get to it. But yeah, that
Awesome,
pretty
man.
much concludes it.
Uh, real quick, do you have any feedback on like how you think I did as interviewing?
10 out of 10.
Okay, cool. All right. Perfect, man. Well, yeah. Thank you again for doing this. Um, you're the first
Absolutely.
one, so there you go.
That's bed.
All right, man. I'm gonna hop
Right
off
on, man.
here. Take
Right
care.
on. I'm gonna go play around.
Have
We'll
fun.
see you.
Be safe. See you, man.
Ah, later.